If I could really make $700 a week, I really would. But I just wouldn't do it by scamming though. Hey guys, it's Nathan back at it with a new video. Thanks for coming to watch my newest video on my Real Talk series. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. I'm making comedy skits. I have a playlist out. Go check those out. I really do appreciate it. And this is the time how I almost got scammed and had to deal with the FBI because there was fraudulent activities going on. So what happened was, this is after Corona hit, and I'm in at home and I was looking for a job. So I hit Indeed to look for a job because everybody goes on Indeed for a job, or you check out your friends and see if they're hiring someone and work with your friends and stuff like that. But I was in on Indeed, and there was this job for being an assistant, basically being an assistant for someone and making sure they plan out their day and stuff like that, and work for them and yada yada yada. So I'm thinking, yeah, definitely. Now that's not the only job I applied for. I applied for a bunch of other jobs, and I didn't hear anything back from them. So that job hit me back up, and I was like, oh, do you still want this job? I'm like, oh yeah. It's talking about how I can make about $500-700 like in 2 weeks, or like in a week. I think I can't really remember all the details, but he was like, oh, you can make like $700 in like a week. And I was like, oh, for real? Then I'm in it, for real. Sign me up. Where about that? But then at the same time, I was talking to my brother, but he's like, oh, you sure about that? And I was like, man, it seems legit to me. And he's like, okay. he's basically saying like, oh, he's gonna have to learn on his own. So that's what happened. And then he knows, so this guy who I never met, and I've only been emailing, sends me a check, right? And he sends me a check, and he's like, so he had my address and sent me a check, and then I'm supposed to go to my bank and go cash it in, and then proceed from there. So my dumb self, just going with it, being naive and not knowing how the real world works and things like that, kind of just went ahead and put it in my bank and yada yada. A couple of days later, I'm already back in school because I go to college. And I go to college away from home, and I'm already in school, and I have my bank calling me like, oh, this is a federal investigation. Are you Nathan? And I'm like, yeah, that's me. Or do you have this account? I'm like, yeah, that's my account. And he's like, yo, we were reporting for fraudulent activities, so we like capped that out, but realized that they could have taken all that money through that check, all of your money, and put your account in a deficit and make you broke, and then owe the bank money because you basically stealing the bank's money. Well, they're stealing the bank's money through your account, so then you get, you get caught into that because it's your account. And I was like, yo, no, please no. And he's like, no, we're good. We stopped it before they could take any money, so that, be careful next time. And I'm like, bro, but I went on Indeed. Like, everyone, number one job site is Indeed. Sponsor me. But, it was a scammer job on Indeed, and I was like, bro, if I could really make $700 a week, I would. But I just wouldn't do it by scamming though. Like, what's up with that? So I'm just mad, like, yo, for real? I'm in school, I'm like losing my mind, like, bro, don't tell me I'm losing money in my account. I check my account, I check it on my phone because I have a balance on my phone, and I'm like, yo, did I lose any money? The only money I lost was like the money I spent that day on Starbucks, but nah, other than that, it was just like, I was like, bro, another dumb move. And I'm telling you, and you come to realize as I progress in these videos, how many times I've done dumb things, or done things have happened to me, and it's just like, nah. But for real though, on another note, I had this altercation at my job where I work, and let's just say it's with home improvement. And so this lady had ordered 40 cinder blocks. And then they're about like, altogether, it's about like maybe 3 feet, maybe 3.5 feet tall, right? So, and they weigh a lot. If you ever picked up the cinder block, it takes a little effort, even with one. Imagine 40. And I pulled those, because I pull orders. I pulled those on my own. For that one, I pulled it all by myself. twice because I had to pull it, put it together, and then pull it out to give it to her. So that's the second time. And I'm like, okay, so she's gonna come up with the truck. We're gonna load it up. Easy 5 minutes. Be done. Move on. No, I pull up. She wasn't even there where I told her to be when I pulled her. I told her I was gonna pull her order for her. She wasn't there. It took about another like 10 minutes for her to get there, and I'm still expecting a truck. No, she picks up in a nice, cool, little SUV crossover. It's like barely bigger than a sedan. And then the thing is, like, she already has lumber. She has wood in there already. So I'm like, how are you gonna put these cinder blocks in there? You have 40 of them. And then she's like, oh yeah, I guess we just gonna have to put it in one at a time. And I'm like, we, like me and you, or we like is in me? Because when customers say we, they don't them. They mean we as in you, whoever's working. So I have to move the cinder blocks outside and mold them up one at a time in the manner she wants me to. And she kept changing her mind like 5 times before we finally agreed on something. And then she's like, oh, don't scrape my interior. I'm like, I'm not trying to, but these are heavy. And the way to leverage after a certain amount of time, if you're holding a cinder block out here like this, you're not gonna have a lot of strength. You hold it closer to you so you can use your body to lift as well. And you keep further away from your body center of gravity, it's gonna get heavier. So I'm reaching in, trying to put it down. And she's like, don't scrape it. I'm like, you're not even lifting any of them. This is heavy. So I lift up, we put in about 10. And she's like, okay, is that it? We ordered 40. So we managed to put another 10, and this is like, okay, so I asked her, like, when are you gonna come for the other 20? The other 20, I'm like, man, I already told you. I don't know how many times I told you. You have 40 blocks. So why don't you come in another day to get the other 20? She's like, no, we gotta fill up as much as we can. So we pull another amount. We managed to put in 30 blocks in a weird order. Weirdly, and I'm just thinking about like how she's gonna get this out of her truck when we were the ones loading it up. Out of her, not even her truck, out of her SUV. When we were the ones loading it up. Me and my coworker. Like how is she gonna get it out? Like, she didn't lift any of them. So I'm like, okay, so you have to come back for the last 10 and we'll figure it out. And I'm just like, bro, customers makes no sense. And then you come unprepared for it. Like who sat there and said, okay, and you sat there, you know what you're looking for. You come and get mad at us that you're taking so long to get your order and everything. And I'm like, okay, so you must know what your order is. And then we come up with your order and you're like, oh wow, I don't even remember. Like, damn, why are we here for? Why are we here? Why are you spending all this money if you don't even remember what you spent it on? That's wild. That's wild. But anyways, thanks guys for watching all the way through. I really do appreciate it. Man, it makes me happy right here. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to drop a like, share with your friends if you find it relatable how customers can be annoying. Anybody who works an essential worker these days means anybody at this point. But share with your friends if you find it relatable. Also, I'm making more comedy skits. Those are coming up really soon, like tomorrow soon. I hope you guys are ready for that. Please subscribe to my channel. Maybe even put on the notification bell so you know when I upload and check out my newest videos. Like I said, drop a like. I really do appreciate it. Help your boy grow a little bit. And thank you guys. Love you guys. Catch y'all later.